and I'm going to start off by taking you through the major story. My colleague Jodie Cohen has been tracking the protests in great length and figuring out what actually underlines it. So before I come to Jerusalem and all the other issues, let's listen in to Jodie's report on what's actually happening with the protests and why they're taking place.
2 months ago, the coalition announced details of its judicial reform plans. Their view is that back in the 1990s, the judiciary increased its powers and effectively superseded the powers of the parliament and executive by being able to strike down laws and ministerial appointments. The government says that the proposed changes will restore democracy and accuse opposition leaders of inciting the public and of not accepting the result of the last election. But the opposition is vehemently against the changes, arguing that they will trample democracy. Protests have been going on weekly, starting in Tel Aviv and soon spreading to Jerusalem and across the country. The protest organisers announced demonstrations and marches across the country on Thursday to coincide with debates on judicial reform in parliaments this week. They even produced an interactive map to show people where they can go to make their voices heard and at what time. But not everyone is against the reforms. I've been travelling around the country this week speaking to people in a variety of communities to really get a feel for the differing views about the proposals. I went to the ultra-Orthodox city of Bnei Brak, where the residents tend to support the religious parties in the coalition.
We are free, we want to be free. If somebody wants to go to synagogue, okay. But not rule to make rule for everything. It's very, very, very bad.
That woman that was shot up in her car. I don't think the judges have the military expertise to make these decisions either. They should be limited on civil rights.
I spoke with Shai Rosenzweig, mayor of the right-wing settlement of Alfei Menashe, whose residents are more likely to support the nationalist parties in the government.
People that protest, they're using it they're making a cynical use of the situation, and just it's a lot of politics, and be pragmatic, talk, and Israel will stay the only democratic country in the area, I can guarantee.
I spoke with young and older people from the mixed community of Kfar Saba, whose views were definitely mixed.
It's very angry to see so many Jewish people against us, against our needs, and we need to protect ourselves, and right now it's not happening.
Everything which the current government is doing, while Bibi leads it, is terrible, is awful, it's a breach and violation of the law.
It's a really broad set of law proposals which will eventually lead to the disembodiment of the judicial system.
And on Thursday, I spoke with protesters in the left-wing, liberal and financial capital of Israel, Tel Aviv.
Not compromise on democracy. We can compromise on many things, but not democracy.
There are certainly mixed views when it comes to the judicial reform proposals. Polls suggest the majority of people are either against the changes or against the pace of change. From the people I've spoken to, the views range from being strongly for judicial reform to being for a compromised position somewhere in the middle to being passionately opposed to any sort of change whatsoever. What do they have in common? An understanding that this is an important event shaping the future of Israel in the coming years, and strong feelings on all sides. It remains to be seen what happens next. This is Jodie Cohen for This World. World is One.